Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. You are watching Vail Daily Live. I'm your host here in the studio, Ashley LaFleur. We also have Brazzo and Trisha out and about today. They're going to be showing us what's going on throughout the valley. And what a beautiful morning to wake up to. We had this really nice rain that moved through last night. And if you live in Eagle like I do, we had some huge thunder and a lot of lightning that moved through. And just, waking up first thing this morning, we have the clouds that are just settled right on top of the mountain, and just a very cool morning to wake up to. I love mornings like this, and it's just so fragrant out there. But we'll find out more with what's happening with that weather with Trisha and Brazzo. So today on the show, Brazzo will be at Walkie Mountain Science Center. They have an exciting event that's going on tonight. Trisha will be spending her morning in Vail Village. And then also, the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo, it kicks off today. And we're so excited to see the return of the 81st celebration of the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo. We'll also check in with Betteridge Jewelers, Live Sotheby's, International Realty. Of course, we'll have your headlines, your weather, and so much more. So definitely excited to get things started on the show today. And, with the weather, it has been so warm. It's been so warm, both this morning and yesterday morning, despite the fact that we did get the rain last night. I woke up and it was like 80 degrees in our place in Eagle. It has not been cooling off very much at night. I know Trisha was kind of experiencing the same thing. So kind of no matter where you are, it's been a warm spell for us, but we do have some moisture in the forecast, which is great to see. And of course, it does nothing but help to create that beautiful greenery that we see out there. And then of course helps with the wildfires as well. So we're currently seeing the temperatures in Vail at 55 degrees this morning, but we are expecting to see those clouds throughout the day today. And then as we look at what's going on, potentially a high around 86 in Eagle. So as we kind of switch around, in Edwards, a high of 81, and then in Avon, a high of 82. So you can see, it starts off a little bit cooler in Vail, and then of course it warms up as the elevations decrease as you get further down valley. So overnight lows in the 50s and possible chance for some rain in the forecast later on. So if you do have a rain jacket, an umbrella, probably a good idea to bring it with you. And then as always, getting out early is the best way to go to make sure that you get those adventures in. And then for Wednesday, we have some for Wednesday, that is tonight. For Thursday, we have some rain in the evening as well. And Friday, also some possible light rain in the evening. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll still see some of that cloud cover, but not really looking at the same chance of moisture. So good to see, again, that we have a little sunshine in the morning, that we have some clouds and some moisture in the afternoon. It's all brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne, where you will find elevated savings right off exit 205 along I-70. Super easy to get to, really from anywhere in the Vail Valley. It takes like 30, 40 minutes depending on where you are, but super easy drive, just straight on I-70. And they have so many different brands to choose from. So if you haven't been over there before, they also happen to have gold medal fishing right there that goes like straight through the villages. It's beautiful. Now let's check in with Brazzo this morning. He's running around in Avon today. And when we first saw him this morning, could hear those birds chirping. Oh, Brazzo, where are you now? That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm right behind the Walking Mountains Center, and I'm just checking the trails. They're just gorgeous. Let me show you a little bit so people can be, start thinking on living early, like what you were just talking about. How cool this is. Look at this, and let's check the views here. That's Bachelor Gulch on the top, if you can see. And it feels great. It feels mid 50s, a little moisture on the ground. Great day to wear flippy floppies. Not really.
Yeah, you're getting that dew all stuck on your toes right now.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna be the people in my interview are gonna be laughing at my toes in a second. So, but it's all good.
When I walked out my door this morning though, it was so fragrant. And where you are right now, does it just smell like straight up Colorado wilderness?
Yes, I love it. Absolutely, exactly.
These kind of mornings are my favorite. I absolutely love them.
I started loving the show because not just because of we are all awesome, because get the chance to wake up that early and go in to places and see the sunrises and smell and see, that's a different perspective. It's really neat. I really like it.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely a bonus, right? Like you're forced to get up, you're forced to get out, and then you end up seeing, these sunrises. You get to see these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we, with Walking Mountains, they have some really cool experiences too, right there from the nature center. So you can get out and do some hikes with them and explore that whole area. And I'm sure we'll get some more of those details from you in just a little bit. So Bratza, thank you so much. We'll be coming back to you shortly, but let's check in with our other remote host this morning, Trisha Swenson. She's live in Vail Village. Oh, hey girl. Looking like a proper cowgirl. Look at you.
Howdy. How's it all going there? You know what? Actually, I live for these moments. I love costumes. I love putting, a theme with the day. It helps me figure out what to wear. And so I thought I'd wear one of my many Western outfits and cowboy hats because it is the 81st annual Eagle County Fair and Rodeo kicking off, like you've said, kind of officially today. I know the 4-H exhibits have been going on all week, and those kids have been busy all summer getting their animals ready for the big show on Saturday. But the carnival rides have arrived, and it's bigger and better this year. I'm sure you'll touch on this in the headlines, but big story Pam Boyd did. A lot of people really missed the rodeo last year, so they're showing up in full force, whether it's sponsorships, whether it's 4-H participation, or people that just want to be involved.
Oh yeah, definitely. And is this something that, where you grew up, did they have rodeos? And was that something that you grew up with?
I grew up more with the county fair, and that would be a big thing, especially once you got to high school and you could drive and you'd go in with your friends and you'd see the concert and you go into the rides and everything. I didn't really grow up with a lot of rodeos. You know what? I was driving tractors. The only animal we had was a deer, and that was a John Deere. So I didn't have any livestock or anything, but yeah, so fun. But I love getting totally into this because what I love is you go to the rodeo one night, you go to Bravo the next. It's the best of all worlds.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. I love that. And so today, speaking of Bravo and kind of like switching things up, you're gonna be running around Vail Village, and you're gonna be talking with some of our favorite people, Trisha.
Oh, I know. I was like, I wonder if Lance at Betteridge has anything that, I think diamonds can still go with my hats.
Obviously. I'm pretty sure like the entire state of Texas would agree with you on that. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And then we'll be talking to Charley Ford about some things that they're doing at Sotheby's, and we'll be bringing it up to the lifts because we do, of course, have the lifts open for you, gondola 1 and gondola number 19, if you want to hop up on the mountain and explore. And it's really pretty mild today. I know, Ashley, you mentioned that rain, and that rain came through Edwards as well. And I thought, wow, how cold will it feel this morning after that rain? And really not bad at all. And, so I think we're going to have a great day, except later on we could get some rain. But, they built those grandstands in the early 2000s to really fend off any rain or shine kind of thing. This rodeo is still happening no matter what the weather.
Right. Yeah. I'm really excited about that. And when they build grandstands that they are serious, right? Yeah. Like they don't just put a permanent structure in some place that they're like, Mom, maybe this will last. Well, yeah, 81 years strong. So I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for us and some of those beautiful images around Vail Village. It looks beautiful behind you. You can see just a couple clouds, but is it still kind of misty? Like when I was driving in, there were some of those like low hanging clouds that are just kind of like right at the top of the mountain. Is that still happening out there?
A little bit to the north of us here, but basically all from I-70 south, we're looking at pretty much blue skies. But yeah, to the north, kind of hanging over like the North Trail. And literally on my phone, it said drizzle in 15 minutes. And Henry, he said it was drizzling a little bit when he was driving inside. There might be a few little remnants of that and just kind of the moisture. It's a little confused at what it's supposed to be doing right now. But get your hike or your bike ride in and enjoy this. I took a bike ride last night, and after the cloud cover had come, things had cooled off so much compared to the previous 2 days. So it's nice to time your exercise with proper temperatures. Otherwise, man, I overheated on Saturday on my beach cruiser. That was not a good idea. But
well, knowing you were probably going up Vail Pass on your beach cruiser. I would not be surprised. Like, oh, I just went for a bike ride. It was just probably like 40 miles and straight uphill. I know about you and your recreating.
Yeah, I kept it on this side of Dow Junction with the beach cruiser.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. All right. Well, we'll catch back up with you in a little bit. It looks gorgeous out there. You can hear the birds chirping. What a beautiful time to be here in the Vail Valley. And, if you're not here with us, well, tell us where you are. Tell us where you're watching from. Make sure to join us each and every morning here on the show. You can watch us on Facebook and YouTube and comment and chat and let us know what's going on in your life. Ask us questions. That's one of the coolest things about the show is that it is interactive and we love to hear from you. So feel free to light us up. Throw those questions out there. Let us know how you're doing and where you're watching from. And if you hit subscribe, of course, it'll let you know also like when we are going live and if we're doing anything, unusual. But typically we're live every morning at 7 a.m. right now. So you can also find us on Amazon Fire, on Roku, on Apple TV, on vaildaily.com, on vaildailylive.com. There's so many different ways to find us. We're even a podcast. So like if you want to get out like Trisha was like on her beach cruiser, put one of those like AirPods in, you can listen to us as you're like cruising around. And also maybe you're driving, you can throw that on, on Spotify and listen to what's going on here in the Valley before you even get here. So definitely hit us up. Make sure to chat with us. We'd love to hear from you. Right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And then coming up, we have your headlines. It's a good one today. So come right on back. I'll let you know what's going on with your paper and those headlines.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
All right, getting caught up here, just looking through the paper. And, you can pick up your own Vail Daily in all the blue boxes from Vail all the way down to .0. So anywhere you are in the Valley, you can pick one up. It's totally free, always is. And you can also log online to vaildaily.com. You can find that e-edition if you aren't here in the Valley, you don't have access to one of those blue boxes. But covering the front page this morning, it's all about busting broncs, breaking records. After a year off, the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo returns with its largest field of 4-H participants and rodeo competitors ever. That's saying a lot after 81 years of this thing. So pretty exciting to get all those details. And of course, you can also, see some of these great pictures. So Pam Boyd put together, like Trisha was saying, this great article. And basically, some of the highlights here is that they have 86 bronc riders. They have 86 barrel racers. They have a number of world champions that will be competing. They also have a trick rider, Mason McDonald. He's the specialty act that will be performing. There's 16 rides that will be available at the carnival, 15 merchandise tents, 10 food vendors, and the merchandise and the food, that's something that the public can totally access for free. So you can, cruise on down, even if you're not going to stay for the rodeo, you can grab some delicious food and kind of enjoy the atmosphere. And then also there's going to be free live music after the rodeo on Friday and Saturday nights with Buck Ford. He was here, 2 years ago, did a great job. So, really, really exciting to have it back and in full force. And again, it technically kicks off tonight. And then of course, the 4-H kids, we've been seeing Ken Hovey's interviews with them, and they've been working so hard to prepare for this. So there's an element that's so huge in our community with 4-H. So really exciting. And if you want to get all the details, you can pick up the paper, and it's right there on page A2. Now, something else that is huge news on page A3. If you are someone like Trisha, maybe you want to get out there on your beach cruiser, or you like to road bike, or maybe you just want to, get out on a beautiful path after work and take a little walk. The Eagle Valley Trail, the commissioners have decided to approve a plan to finance up to $22 million to complete the Eagle Valley, the final 12 miles of this trail. So this is something that has, been in the works for so long. And obviously the financing has been a huge part of it. So ultimately it's going to take about 26 million to actually complete the project. But with the 22 million coming from the commissioners, then they'll have to, go to the community to help raise some of those funds. They're looking at some grants as well. But there's 4 remaining sections, and they're saying that it could be between about 3 to 5 years to get those 4 sections done. But then it connects all the way from Breckenridge to Aspen. How amazing is that? So exciting. And even just to go, from Eagle all the way to Vail, that would be a really, really cool stretch. Right now there's so many different, little sections that just aren't quite connected. So that's amazing, amazing news. So if you want to get the details, that's all on page A3. And again, you can pick this up in any one of those blue boxes, and you can also find it online at vaildaily.com. Now, we should talk about that weather once again, because today, and really the last several days, we've seen this like really, really warm weather that's moved in, but then we see things kind of cool off a little bit in the afternoon, and we have some moisture on the way, and that's really going to be the case over the next several days. It's all brought to you by Avon, the heart of the valley. And, if you haven't been over to Nottingham Lake, might be a great place to go and take that walk, especially first thing this morning, capture those views of Beaver Creek. But we're starting off with some sunny skies, some nice clear skies, just a few lingering clouds. And then we're going to start to see those clouds really moving in as the day progresses. So it feels like it's about 55 degrees in Vail this morning. So nice and cool. And then, of course, as we kind of move things along I-70 and Edwards and Avon, 57, 58, and Eagle, 59 already. But we are going to be seeing those highs once again back in the 80s, and we are expecting to see some moisture this afternoon again. So like we've been saying, get outside nice and early, get that bike ride in, get that hike in, and then, make sure to bring that rain jacket with you, especially if you have any of those afternoon adventures. So looking at that outlook for the next several days, not only do we have moisture in the forecast today, but then also an increased chance of moisture tomorrow afternoon and evening. Same thing for Friday. And then as we get into the weekend, that chance for moisture will subside, but we'll still see a little bit of cloud cover throughout the day, and those highs, again, staying in the 80s. So relatively consistent forecast for the next several days. But again, thank you to Avon for a look at this local weather forecast. So I think we should probably check in with Brazzo. But before we do that, I wanted to say a big thank you to Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. They are fueling this show, and they have two great locations. They have their original location in Minturn, their roastery, and then they also have their new location up at Beaver Creek in between the escalators, right before you pop out and see the base area there. But they not only have delicious coffee, but they are really well known for their loose leaf teas. And if you haven't tried loose leaf tea before, I years ago, was like the stuff in the tea bags, I'm like, it's okay, but it's not something I would necessarily gravitate to or get excited about. And then when I was introduced to loose leaf tea, just completely changed my perspective. And they have been working since the late 80s to really curate their products. So they put so much love, so much passion into what they are offering you at both of these locations. They also have some wholesale options too. So maybe you're watching us from some other part of the country and you're thinking like, man, I'd love to have that piece of Vail right here at home to wake up with. And so maybe you'd like to carry their products in your store in, Florida and Texas, wherever you might be. But they really have they deserve to be here, and they deserve to have the following that they do, because they, again, have been so passionate about this since 1989. So really excited that they now have that second location in Beaver Creek. So stop on in and check them out if you haven't already. Okay, so is Brazzo ready? Should we check in with him? Okay. All right. So we're going to send things over to Brazzo this morning. And there's an exciting event that's going to be taking place in Avon. Brazzo, good morning. Where are you guys?
Good morning. Good morning. We are here at the Walking Mountains Center for Sustainability, right here with Kate Manser. She's the coordinator for Active Green. It's too early. Coffee's still not kicking in. And we have this mountain lion looking at us, so I'm a little nervous, So we are here learning about Walking Mountain. I love this organization. They do certifications for businesses as well to become green and sustainable. We were just talking about how the community market and the future path, we just get our certification through them. But they do many things. They do walks for kids. What else do you guys do?
Introducing kids to learning outdoors and learning more about our natural environment here, so that hopefully they can be stewards of that environment. And then we also work with businesses and some of the municipalities throughout our county. So we do a variety of things, and it's exciting to see what will be new every day that we're doing here.
That is fantastic. I see a lot of trails connecting here, multiple businesses, multiple buildings. What those buildings are for? Tell me a little bit about your setup here.
Yeah, so the visitor center is where visitors and guests that are from outside of Colorado can come and bring their kids and go on some of our nature hikes and then participate in some of our programming. And then it's also where we welcome the students throughout the valley from the school district. Some of the smaller buildings around that we use as classrooms, which is fun.
I saw the classroom outside, the little thing.
Yeah.
So cool.
In the trees, yeah. And then this building is the Center for Sustainability, where we have our administration staff and then the Sustainability Programs Department, where there's lots of different programs going on just in one little office.
I love it because it's so needed. We live in this paradise and you guys help us to maintain it like that. So important now due to all the global warming, all the circumstances, we all need to be active into keeping this place as awesome as it is, or even better.
Yeah.
So tell me, you guys have a series of events as well, is what I heard?
Yeah.
Is that launching tonight?
The Actively Green program is a training and the certification program. So if businesses don't want to get certified or aren't ready to take that big next step because it is a lot of work, they can still come to some of the workshops and learn how to improve their business without being required to follow some of the requirements of that certification standard. So last month we had the first part of this sustainable purchasing workshop series, and then tonight, this afternoon, we'll have part 2.
At what time and where? Is it here?
And
or?
it's here just across the hallway here in our classroom in this building, yeah.
Fantastic. So just to point the people in the right direction, when you're coming down the exit in Avon, what is that road to take you to Wellbridge? What is the name of that road?
Nottingham, I think it's Nottingham Road, yes.
Yeah, you take Nottingham Road, past the gas station, Northside Cafe, and then you take the second right? The first right will take you to Buffalo Ridge, the second right will take you to Mountain Star and the entrance. Right there is the medical center, and it's a tricky entrance. You use that entrance and then you go kind of left, right?
And then, Walking Mountains Lane, and we're the Center for Sustainability is the first building on the left.
And what time is the
It's
class?
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Sort of finishing off the day, hopefully with learning about some purchasing tips.
Who you expecting to be here at that class too?
We have a couple of guest speakers. So we have our Climate Action Collaborative Project Manager. We have our Zero Waste Coordinator. Then our last one, we had Allison Bergen from Fill and Refill, Kira Koppel from Eagle River Water and Sanitation District, and then also the Community Market. Laura Hartman from the Community Market. And then today we'll have a different set of guest speakers to talk more about beneficial electrification, so electric vehicles and charging stations, and switching up the topic, but same concept.
And boom, ta-da, we have somebody else.
Hello.
See that trick that we did there? Can you introduce yourself and tell us what do you do for Walking Mountains?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Schlepper, and I manage the Eagle County Climate Action Collaborative, which is the community group that's working to implement the goals within our Eagle County Climate Action Plan, which are greenhouse gas reduction goals.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, what is your number one strategy to achieve those goals? Wow, I throw you a curveball.
Well, that's actually a really good question because it lines up really well with the topic of Kate's purchasing workshop today. We really see electrification as the top strategy to reduce carbon emissions, whether it's electric buildings or electric vehicles, with our local utility having committed to 100% renewable electricity in 10 years. It's in our eyes the quickest way we can reduce those carbon emissions.
I love that. I was just talking with my dad yesterday, and we were experts, of course.
Yeah.
And then, is it right? And it's 20% of the cars currently are electric, and for 2030,
that number is going to increase over 80%, or I just making that up?
Yeah, just like a little bit, right? A little bit
Very
wrong.
close,
Yeah,
very close. All right.
We'll throw it more like 2% probably of the cars are currently electric vehicles.
I'm optimistic.
I love that. And then we can probably anticipate that grows to maybe like 30-40% by 2030.
Okay.
Just like naturally through the market.
It was my dad's fault. Okay, I thought it was like a little lower.
We're better like the 80%. Let's go with that.
We should go stronger. So, tonight, 3 to 5 here at the Walking Mountain Center.
Yes.
Learn all this stuff. Try to get your business into the right path to contribute to these amazing goals that you guys have. This is such an amazing effort. Plus, very smart people working here. I know Paul Ablin, I know Gabriela Matus, of course, the Gordon family. That's an effort that we should all be part. And where they need to go to learn a little bit more about Walking Mountains, or any phone numbers or emails or web pages.
Yes, so you can go to walkingmountains.org/purchase to register for this workshop tonight. And then to learn more about our programs, just walkingmountains.org/AG for Actively Green. And then you can look at our Sustainability Hub to learn more about the Climate Action Collaborative and some of the other things that we do.
Fantastic. Ashley, you have any questions from these ladies?
No, but hi, Kate and Kim. I haven't seen you guys in quite some time. It's so great to see you. I love all the curly hair representation. And I also love that you told Brazzo that he's like kind of almost right. So we're gonna send things into our commercial break. Thank you guys so much for the great information, for all the great work that you do over there at Walking Mountains. And again, if you want to learn about that workshop, walkingmountains.org/purchase is where you go to sign up, or just in general, if you'd like to find out about all of their great offerings, walkingmountains.org. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And then coming up, we have some shiny, beautiful things that Trisha is going to show us. And we also have a look at some great free activities for you and your entire family at Beaver Creek.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Okay, so welcome back to your Wednesday edition of Vail Daily Live. Probably one of the biggest conversations while you're here in town is, what's it going to look like? How do I plan my day as far as what's happening with the weather? And thankfully, we happen to have some intrepid reporters out there today to show us what's going on outside. And, my commute this morning was so beautiful coming up from Eagle and seeing those nice, beautiful pink clouds, and a little misty. There was some dew on the ground kind of left over from the rainstorm that we had last night. So much thunder and lightning. I mean, like to the point where like it was lighting up our place, like through the blinds. But really, really gorgeous to get outside, especially first thing this morning before things really warm up and before we see that moisture move back through. But I wanted to send things out to Trisha so that we could see what's going on in Vail Village this morning when it comes to that weather. And there she is, dressed, ready for the elements and for the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo. How's it feeling out there?
Oh, you know what? It is so nice out here. A lot of times we're a little chilly at this time in the morning, and I thought we would be because of the rain we had last night, how it kind of dampened everything. But boy, the skies have cleared. We're looking at temperatures in Eagle 61 for Vail already, and 61 for Edwards and Avon. So to see temperatures that warm, I think that blanket of cloud cover that remained overnight after those storms kind of provided a layer of insulation, and that kind of kept things a little bit cooler than normal. I know I like things to cool down so I can sleep, but that rain really did cool things down. But we're going to see a chance of rain this afternoon. We're going to have a beautiful morning, and that typical Colorado weather where it's beautiful in the morning and then we see cloud cover coming in the afternoons. It starts to build. We see the shower, then it clears out. Last night, it of course stayed a little bit longer, but hoping it doesn't hinder people from going to the Avon concert. We've got Avon Live. Devotchka is playing this evening. Opening up for them is Buffalo Commons. They'll usually hold the events, rain or shine, as long as there's not lightning. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking of going to that tonight. And then the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo. The rodeo starts at 7. And the rain should really be kind of tapering off by then down in Eagle. If it even occurs, it's about a 40% chance down in Eagle. It's always a little bit less down there, it seems. So the covered grandstands will be a blessing for you. But temperatures pretty mild. We'll see anything from the 70s to the 80s, depending on where you're at in the valley. And then those overnight lows back down into the 50s, once again, depending on where you're at. And then the next couple of days, it looks like a lot of the same. We'll see those clear, nice, beautiful mornings. And then we could see the chance of showers in the afternoons for the next couple of days. And temperatures right around, upper 70s, low 80s, just pretty mild compared to the rest of the nation. 100 degrees down in the desert Southwest, hot down in Texas, Florida, that sort of thing. Low humidity here, feeling good. I'd like to thank the outlets at Silverthorne for this weather report. If you're looking for some duds to wear to the rodeo or anything you're doing, stop by. Elevated savings. And then, Ashley, I wanted to let you know, they were kind of just firing up the gondola, getting some employees up to work. I'm up by Gondola 1 at Mountain Plaza at the top of Bridge Street. That'll be open for you at 9:30. And the ticket office just behind me, that is going to open for you right at 9 o'clock. So you can kind of plan what kind of ticket you want to buy. Do you want to get a lifted lunch? Do you want to go over to Epic Discovery, Adventure Ridge? That's over in Lionshead at the top of that gondola. So we have 2 gondolas here in Vail, and then 1 gondola over at Beaver Creek. That's lift number 6, Centennial. That'll bring you up to Spruce Saddle. Now we've got the trail maps behind us. You can see it. Yeah, the gondola is starting to move. You can also see the bike patrol. They're out there bright and early to check on the trails and to also check on you. They like to keep track of everybody. It's basically a lot of ski patrollers that do this job in the summer. So they're always there to help you if something goes wrong. But they've got 2 maps. This is the biking map, and then below is the hiking map. And it's nice that there's designated biking and hiking trails, because believe me, you don't want to be surprised by one of the downhillers coming down with a full face helmet, all that suspension, just raw power coming down. You don't want to run in that when you're hiking up the trail. So looking at the biking map, one of the newer trails that's out right now is the Sidekick. So this takes off from Mid-Vail, and you go all the way down, and it takes you out towards the bottom of Tier 10. And then you can hop on down Mill Creek Road, Golden Gate Trail, and this is a green. And when I was talking to Mongo from Bike Patrol, he said that this is a nice one. It's great for beginners. A lot of these other ones are pretty technical. Fred's Lunch, for example, even Big Mamba or Radio Flyer, which have been kind of our classic trails over in the Lionshead area. Those have some tight switchbacks, as you can see. They are banked turns, and you do get used to them, especially by the time you get to about here. But if you can start out, maybe take the lift up, you and your bike, you can do the bike haul, you can pay to have your bike up, then take Sidekick down. It could be a good way for you to go. Now, hiking, of course, we've got the classic berry picker, and that is going to be accessed from either taking it out of Lionshead. I think it's a little bit steeper going from Lionshead. I would suggest you start here at Vail Village, go up Strawberry Lane, and then you traverse a good amount. And then that meets up with Berry Picker. And if you want, you could even just do a loop and go down, come back along Gore Creek. And that way it's a good beginner hike if you're not ready to go all the way up to the mountain. And of course, you can always take the lift up and then head on down. But a lot of different ways to access the mountain. Once again, Adventure Ridge and Epic Discovery, that's over at Eagle's Nest. And they have some really fun activities. like the mountain coaster, and they've got the little zip lines for the kids, all in this area. They've got lunch here as well. So it's just a great place to go. Put that on your list of things to do. And since we do open at 8:30, 9:30 for the lifts, I would do that in the morning because you don't want to be up there when it's raining. So do those activities in the morning, be off by about 2 o'clock, and that should be a pretty good plan for your day.
Oh man, such good information, Trisha. Thank you. I really want to check out that Sidekick Trail. I haven't been up on my mountain bike at Vail in a long time, so that seems more my speed than all the bank turns. Like, no thanks. But also, I wanted to see, like, we can hear people talking behind you. Are there a lot? It looks like there's a lot of people running around.
They were yammering.
Yeah.
They were very. I don't know. You know what? I think they were trying to discuss where they were going to go, and they made their way off. And now we've got some other people just walking along. I've seen mountain bikers. Look at this. We've got another mode of transportation. So people are on the move this morning. It is. You know what? I think people are just, let's go. Let's get out there. Let's have some fun. I've got dog walkers. And so it's
awesome.
It's fun to see just who is up and out and about. You know, it's kind of hard to find coffee this hour because a lot of our coffee shops don't open till 8.
What are they thinking?
I mean,
what are they thinking?
Half the day is gone.
Right? We've been up for 4 hours. What are they doing?
So, but you can find some. You know, you might have to go a few places, but by 8 o'clock you'll find plenty of places to grab coffee. But I think that's what people are doing. They're out looking for their coffee.
They're on that search. Well, thank you so much. Again, awesome information about, berry picker and getting up there on the trails. And Henry, thank you for those beautiful shots. You can see the gondola just kind of getting warmed up this morning and the beautiful sunlight hitting the trees. But yeah, bustling village this morning. That's a lot more movement than I've seen in a while. People are excited to get out. All right, we're going to come back to Trisha here in just a little bit. But, to kind of move over from Vail, if you want to spend some time at Beaver Creek today, great option for some complimentary activities. So this week at Beaver Creek, you can see, this event calendar is packed, right? But for Wednesdays, they always do an outdoor yoga class. So this is something that they do in partnership with Lole. It's from 9 to 10 a.m. Bring your own mat, but that's going to be taking place right there at Beaver Creek. And then at 1 o'clock, Helmut Fricker performs, which if you haven't seen him play in person, he's got his Alpenhorn, he does his yodeling and his lederhosen. It's quite the experience. And then there's some live music that's taking place from 4 to 6, and then dinner and a movie with the incredible. That's from 7 to 9 o'clock tonight. So basically you can pick up to go food from the village, and then you can cozy up with your family and watch a movie under the stars. And of course, The Incredibles, who doesn't love that? But in that environment under the stars at Beaver Creek, like our own little personal snow globe, super cool. And they have these complimentary activities that take place each and every day of the week. So if you want to find the full schedule, you can go to beavercreek.com/activities. But I think we should probably take a quick break. And then coming up, if you want to get out there on the river, maybe you want to do a little fly fishing, we've got some great information with your fly fishing report. And then we also have some delicious dining and so much more headed your way. So stay with us.
Have you ever felt rug love? Shop at Rugs Benedict and find the rug you love for any room in your home. Our selection of imported handmade rugs is unmatched, with over 1,000 beautiful area rugs in stock. You can find rugs to fit any room at any budget. Rugs Benedict in Avon has been serving the Vail Valley since 1972. Finding beautiful new area rugs has never been this easy and affordable. Because at Rugs Benedict, we know rugs.
All right, welcome back to Vail Daily Live. It's your Wednesday edition. We are live, so if you want to shout out, give us some questions, light us up there on Facebook and YouTube. Send us your comments, your questions. We'd love to hear from you. And I wanted to talk a little bit about fly fishing. And if you haven't been before, most people, I think if you're coming to visit, you probably haven't. It's a whole different experience than just like, sticking some goo on your lure and, throwing it into a pond back home, right? It's a whole different ball game. And it takes a lot of skill and it takes a lot of knowledge to know what the fish are biting on. And of course, the casting is a whole different thing. But Fly Fishing Outfitters, they've been in town since 1992, locally owned and operated and Orvis endorsed, which means they have excellent customer service, number one. And number two, they're stewards of the environment as well. And they take so much pride in what they're doing, and they're so passionate about it. And so if you're looking for a guide, this is the way to go. And they give us an update on what's going on with the fly fishing report. But really, if you want the most up-to-date information, you want to give them a call at 970-845-8090, or, you can go to flyfishingoutfitters.net and get all the information there. But basically, if you're going to be getting out, let's say on the Eagle River, some of the things that they've been fishing lately, like the adult pale morning duns and emergers, they've been using Royal Wolves, Parachute Adams, and light Cahills and Patriots. For yellow adult stoneflies and stonefly nymphs, they've been using yellow PMX, yellow stimulators, iron sallies, and golden biot stoneflies, as well as Pat's rubber legs. That's been like a popular one, Pat's rubber legs. And of course, for all of these flies, if you are maybe you're lacking in your kit, you can stop by their store. They have a great retail store where you can pick up all these different flies. And then just looking at their social media, I mean, look at this. Clearly, they know how to make their clients have a great time and a successful day. And if you haven't been on a float trip before, highly recommend that. That's I've done a couple different options when it comes to fly fishing, and that by far was my absolute favorite, was actually going on a float trip. They provide the transportation, they provide you with the rod and all of the gear, and then they help you like point where you want to cast your rod. And then they also, if you do the full day trip, they have like an awesome lunch that they pack for you. It's a really, really cool, just quintessential Western experience. So again, flyfishingoutfitters.net is the website, and locally owned and operated and Orvis endorsed. You cannot go wrong with the crew at Fly Fishing Outfitters. Now for the weather today, if you want to get out there and do some fly fishing, first thing this morning, that's going to be ideal, getting out there when things are nice and cool, and, not only for you to enjoy, but also because the fish like it when things aren't super warm as well. And so important that, that you're, fishing in the right way. And so for our weather, we've been seeing, we saw some rain and some thunder and some lightning roll through last night. This morning, things are nice and clear, but I think we should probably send it out to one of our beautiful reporters. We're going to see if Brazzo is available here. Brazzo, oh, where are you now? You've been moving around. Oh, we can't hear you. But I tell you what, can you just keep that camera on the mountains. Let's see it. Just turn that around. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there you are. Oh, now I can hear you. Oh, are they sitting up for a wedding at the Westin?
Oh, you probably some people just watching the river. I don't know. Look like a nice setup for a picture. So you might be right. I just bringing you guys to the river. Look at this guy is going to be doing some fly fishing. It's coming in. Look at this place. How gorgeous this is. And I want to bring you the weather, but I love how we talk about how it feels. It feels definitely like 50, 53, I will say. Okay. 53, I think is the accurate thing. People walking babies. See, it's not Charley, it's no Bo, but still a cute baby. And it feels really good. And the weather right now is brought to you by Betteridge. If you guys don't know, Betteridge has been out and about since 1897. And they are located at the Solaris Plaza by the ice skate rink. And they have fine watches and jewelry. And they are the experts. So go ahead and go and visit them if you have if you want to see something really, really pretty and nice. And the weather, talking about pretty and nice, right now is nice, light, a little bit of clouds. And as we know, we're going to be in mid-50s and mid-70s today, potentially touching the 80s, as you were saying before. Oh, my God. Yesterday was super hot, so it's going to be nice to get some clouds. And of course, water and moisture is always welcome here in the mountains. And later on, we're going to have rain, and the whole week is calling for rain. So as we all said, get in gear early and go and play and take a look of these amazing venues and views that we see around. So get outside.
How much did you pay that fly fishing guy and the lady with the baby to walk by right when you're doing your weather?
You know, we were just, Derek, I'm my dog guy. There we go.
Like
How are you guys?
You have staged all these people. I love it, the variety.
I got a good watch at Betteridge, so everything was very, very on time.
Oh my gosh, Brazzo, it looks beautiful out there. Thank you so much for that report. Can you show us more of that river and Beaver Creek? I mean, just stunning. And yeah, like Brazzo was saying, it really did get pretty warm yesterday. So getting out nice first thing this morning when it's nice and cool, and then also, just to see that rain back in the forecast is definitely exciting. But beautiful shot of the Eagle River right there from Avon, looking up toward Beaver Creek and the entrance, and just gorgeous. Well, we're going to come back to you here in a little bit, Brazzo, but, speaking of gorgeous, right? There's a lot that happens when you're up here in the mountains, when you're being so active, when you're out in the elements, your skin can kind of take a beating. And, we have some excellent resources here when it comes to just feeling the best about yourself. And Mangat Plastic Surgery, they're located right in Avon. And, the things that they offer, really, it's so much more than plastic surgery, right? And when it comes to having the best in the business, that's where you're going to find them. And Trisha had a chance to go over and actually speak with Dr. Mangat himself. So I'm really excited to see what she discovered. And we're going to send things over to that interview right now, and we'll learn together.
I'm here with Dr. Mangat with the Mangat Plastic Surgery Institute and Skin Care, and it's so good to see you, and it's so wonderful to be in your relatively new facility here in Avon.
Yes, so we're almost 2 years into this new facility, having been in Edwards before, and we're excited about where we are, and because we're able to offer so many more services in an expanded way.
And it's so great that you're here and you're able to do what you're able to help us with plastic surgery. You focus on face and neck and up.
We've over the years become what the Valley represents, which is excellence. Yes. There's excellence in sports medicine, there's excellence in all kinds of outdoor facilities, and we feel like we provide the same kind of excellent care when it comes to plastic and reconstructive surgery. And in my case, I specialize in the face and neck. That's what I've always done. And so it's something that's very personal to people. And we try to deliver a product that not only looks good, but it looks natural.
Yeah.
And which is what people in this valley want. They're extremely fit, they're outdoors all the time, and they feel young. So we complement that by making them look as young as they feel.
I know. I mean, these people, they're climbing 14ers, they're biking up Vail Pass.
That's right.
And a lot of times we still feel like we're 20s and 30s and that sort of thing. And we, Mother Nature, Father Time, sometimes does a little number on our skin and our facial muscles.
Absolutely. Living at altitude where, 300 plus days of sunshine a year, it does take a toll on the skin. And it perhaps accelerates the aging process in many ways. So people that are feeling youthful and are able to do all of these things, they're living longer. So we try to match that by rejuvenating their face and improving them in a reasonable way that, they feel good about themselves. But it doesn't announce to the world that they've done something.
Yeah. And you guys are very discreet. You have a very boutique feel to your facility here.
Yes.
We've got the 2 surgical suites and also just the team approach and the consultations. I mean, you really go through this and you personally get to know the client and find out exactly what their needs are. But also you'll let them know if maybe they aren't a right candidate at that time. Steve and I, my partner, we love doing what we do because it's all about relationship building. Yes.
And so we treat each person individually and cater to their needs and individualize the care so that it's not the same cookie cutter thing for everyone. So we kind of provide what each person needs. And we're able to do it in a setting that's private, that's safe, that's state-of-the-art, and that allows people to feel like, oh, they're not sick and they're not having to go to the hospital, but that's what we have.
Yeah, and you know what? You've received so many awards, accolades, accreditations. You're so well respected in this medical field. What made you decide to get into facial plastic surgery?
Well, when I was going through residency, I realized that I liked doing fine, meticulous surgery rather than the big blood and guts type of surgery. And some of my mentors felt that I was best suited for plastic surgery in the face and neck. And that's really what got me started. And once I got into the field during my training, I realized this is exactly where I belonged. And so that's the rest is history.
We're glad you are here because you've done such a great work. And what's the most rewarding thing about your job, helping people?
Well, the most rewarding thing is what happens after surgery. When we've fulfilled what the individual wanted done, and you see a smile on their face, whether it's a teenager that had a nose that was not very attractive, or an even younger individual had very prominent ears that they were self-conscious about, or a person who's been through a difficult time one way or another, and they wanted to feel good about themselves, and they did this procedure. And that's what's most rewarding, to see that person who is happy, satisfied, and can move on with their life.
Oh, what a great interview. And again, they're located right in Avon. So if you are interested in contacting them and finding out about their services, they do all kinds of different things, everything from facials and microneedling all the way up, to doing plastic surgery. So really great breadth of services available. And, if you want to find out more about what's happening in the Valley, well, you want to pick up your Vail Daily, right? And you can find that in the blue bins from Vail all the way down to Dotsero. And this morning, really exciting to see that it's the official return of the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo. It's all brought to you by Slifer Smith and Frampton Real Estate. Live local. And one of the things that the locals are going to be doing for the next several days is going to the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo. It's the 81st year that they're doing this. And Pam Boyd did this incredible write-up of what's going on. Basically, there's going to be they're just coming back bigger and better than ever. So 86 bronc riders and 86 barrel racers are currently signed up right now. There's a number of world champions that they're expecting to compete. There's a trick rider, Mason McDonald. He'll be the specialty act. There's 16 rides that will be available at the carnival. 15 merchants, 10 food vendors, and then Buck Ford will be doing a little singing after the rodeo on Friday and Saturday nights. So really, really cool. If you have not been before, you can go to eaglecounty.us, Fair and Rodeo, ticket information to get your tickets. And I have a feeling, especially because it is the 81st celebration, that they are going to sell out pretty quickly. So I get those tickets now. It's going to be such a good time. And then also in the paper today, commissioners approve a plan to finance up to $22 million to complete the last 12 miles of the Eagle Valley Trail. So if you are a biking enthusiast, you know about the trail system that we have here in the mountains. And this would connect Breckenridge all the way to Aspen if they can get these 4 sections completed. So that seems like it's really on the move. So it's going to take approximately $26 million to actually complete. So with the $22 million that the commissioners have approved, they have some grants that they're interested in pursuing, and then they'll also need to come to the community for a little bit of help. But it looks like it really is going to happen sometime between the next 3 to 5 years. So really, really exciting that that's taking place. And if you want to get all those details, again, pick up the paper or log on to vaildaily.com. Now, of course, one of my favorite sections here, flip on through, is the events calendar, because there's, now that the world has kind of opened back up, there's so much that's happening and it's really hard to keep track of all of it. So I love that the Vail Daily, comes together and they put together this whole section to just details what's going on each and every day. And one of the things that's happening today is Bravo Vail. So, this is where they bring in 4 world-class orchestras. They're with us till August 4th. And today they have a couple different community performances. So this is your chance to see it for free. Like for instance, over at Vail Health in their lobby, they're going to be doing a little performance there at lunchtime. And then if you want to see I think it's the New York Philharmonic is playing tonight. So if you want to see like that actual, full performance tonight at 6:00, that will be taking place. And I mean, it's just so exciting if you've never been before. I mean, beautiful, beautiful music, and the settings could not be any more perfect. So this will be taking place at the Ford Amphitheater. Might want to look at getting an actual seat tonight because we are expecting to see some moisture later on. But of course, if you're going to the lawn, I mean, $29 for a lawn ticket. Just be prepared with your rain gear for that experience. But that's going to be taking place again at 6:00 tonight with Bravo Vail. And again, you can get all these details by looking at the calendar of events in the Vail Daily. And again, thank you to Slifer Smith in Frampton for our look at our headlines. Okay, we're going to take a break. And then coming up, we have some great real estate to show you. We also have some beautiful gems and jewels from Betteridge Jewelers, another look at what's happening with the weather. So stay with us as we head into the second hour of the show.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outletsatsilverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
Welcome back. It's Wednesday. You're watching Vail Daily Live. Feel free to let us know what you were up to this morning. Let us up on that chat feature on Facebook and YouTube. And, this past weekend, we had the Xterra taking place at Beaver Creek. And someone who completed her first sprint triathlon is our girl, Allie Stevens. And so not only is she a triathlete, she's a mom, she's also an incredible chef, and she knows how to create some delicious appetizers that are really nutritious and easy to make, which is probably my number one, is the easiness. And so Trisha had a chance to catch up with Allie and to whip up some sweet pea and herb hummus. So I'm excited to see how this all comes together. Let's take a look.
We're going to put a spin on classic hummus. Joining me now, we have Allie Stevens. She's with Seasoned to Taste. And instead of the regular ingredients, we're going to go with a lot of green ingredients. Tell us about this and how you're switching it up.
Right. It's just nice and fresh. It gets away from the beans and the tahini, so it keeps it light and fresh, and you can use all the beautiful bounty of herbs and fresh vegetables that are coming out right now.
Okay. What's interesting is we're using peas then kind of instead of the garbanzo bean.
Exactly. So peas and the arugula, and then some beautiful, nice fresh herbs. These all came from my garden. So we've got an array of different herbs that we'll put in there today. And then miso paste instead of your tahini, and a little bit of olive oil just to bind it together.
Okay, perfect. All right. And what about the peas? Do we have to have those from the garden? Or
so you can hold them all, or you can just get frozen peas. They're picked and frozen right at their peak, so they're delicious and fresh.
All right.
So we'll start with just our peas, about 8 ounces of peas, and then a couple handfuls of arugula. This just brings a nice peppery, bright flavor. And then the herbs today, we have some parsley, tarragon, mint, basil, oregano, whatever you have, anything that you particularly like, add it in there.
Kind of like everything but the kitchen sink. We're all putting it in there.
And then our miso, it's a soybean paste, so just a couple ounces of that. And then some olive oil, a couple tablespoons. Just bind that together. And then a pinch of salt.
Okay.
And then a little secret ingredient is a pat of butter.
Oh.
This is used to keep it nice and green. So it's not necessarily adding much flavor, but it keeps the greenness of all of the vegetables.
Yeah, you go to all this hard work, you don't want to start looking
just
not as desirable.
It falls flat. So the pat of butter and then some lemon zest.
Okay. Yeah, and that really adds to the fresh flavor too.
So you'll just throw that in there. Yes, nice and bright. And some fresh squeezed lemon juice.
All right. There we go.
All right.
And then, and then you want to probably use a food processor just to really get it.
Right. So you just throw it in there and it'll mix it up however much you'd like. If you like it chunky, if you want it a little bit smoother, then do as you please.
Okay. There we go.
All right. And there you have it. So you have this nice, beautiful, fresh, green hummus. And so we have a couple things we can do here with it. We have just your typical crudité. You can serve just with some nice cut vegetables.
Yeah, so the classic hummus and veggies.
And then maybe a little bruschetta. This is a nice grilled naan.
Oh, awesome.
And then also, different idea to try is a beautiful ravioli or pasta.
Wow, I've never thought about using that.
Just put this over here and you'll have nice, fresh. The only thing else that was on here so far was a little olive oil. And then you can top it all with, again, just some fresh herbs to brighten everything up. Maybe some fresh radish.
If you're kind of tired of your normal hummus routine, try this out. This is awesome.
It's beautiful and fresh. So enjoy.
All right, thanks for sharing your bountiful garden with us today.
Of course.
Okay, thanks.
It's back. The 81st Annual Eagle County Fair and Rodeo rides into town July 21st through the 24th. Enjoy the through Northern Affair Carnival rides daily. Great food, live music, 4-H exhibits, and more. Plus all the action of the PRCA Pro Rodeo. Friday and Saturday nights, kick up your heels with country singing sensation Buck Ford. Don't miss the action. Get your tickets online now for the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
All right, it's about that time to get all just awe-inspired and sparkly over at Betteridge. And Trisha's with our favorite guy, Lance Fry. And, you know, I was flipping through the paper today and I saw a little preview of what we might be seeing this morning. Hey, you two, what's going on there? It looks beautiful.
Hi, Ashley. Yes, I saw that preview in the Vail Daily as well, but the Argyle pink diamonds have arrived, and Lance Fry is here to tell us more about them. And I had to ask right away, I was like, okay, what is this? And so Argyle is a mine?
Argyle is the name of a mine in Australia that has since closed. It just closed at the end of 2020. Wow. I don't know how long it's been in operation, but it was there strictly for pink diamond veins that they found. And they exhausted that, and they started getting more brown diamonds, diamonds that are a little less valuable than pink, and they have since closed it. And we have kind of a trunk show showing off what came from that mine.
Okay, and this is pretty amazing. Let's start over here with this beautiful, beautiful necklace. And
Yeah.
Is that rose gold?
This is rose gold. So some of the incredible stuff that we're seeing here today, and I have to apologize, we just got this trunk last night.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just seeing this probably for the first time with you guys. I'm trying to go through as fast as I can, but this is one of the more accessible pieces. I think it's important to talk about this stuff because it is expensive because it is so rare. The pink diamonds are so rare and blue diamonds are so rare. So this is a small blue diamond surrounded by pink diamonds set in rose gold.
Wow.
Very delicate, very easy to wear. This is something that we will, I'm sure, do well with. And
Yes.
just because it's very pretty and very simple. And yet you're getting the pink and the blue diamonds, the rarity out of something like this. Again, talking about rarity is, you can't overtalk it enough. I mean, the amount of pinks that come out of a mine in a year that are quality, you can hold in your hand for the world.
Oh,
it's
wow.
that rare. I mean, they're super rare. So the fact that we have this is kind of crazy, and I'm still trying to figure it all out. But
Well, and think about this bracelet, all the pink
so
diamonds.
think about this bracelet. So we have some really beautiful pink diamonds, also some white, some pink ovals that are mixed in with this. I would imagine, without knowing all the certs yet on this, but these are probably fancy pinks, fancy intense.
Okay.
You hear the word fancy used when you're talking about colored diamonds. Only when you're talking about colored diamonds does the word fancy come involved, and it's a grading scale. There's fancy light, fancy colors, fancy intense, fancy vivid, and fancy dark. And while you move up the scale, the price points go up. The saturation of the color is more intense. So it's you'll hear that word thrown around when you use, well, not thrown around, that's how you use the word, I guess, when it comes to diamonds.
And just in time for the dance festival.
Just in time for
Look
the
at
dance
these. Wow.
So this is some pretty incredible stuff. There's like I said, just pull this out. So the ballerina is on a pendant, but this brooch, that is something else. Look at the pink diamond heart on that one. That's pretty incredible. So we got a pink diamond heart cut right there. I believe the head is a pear-shaped white. And again, this is all set in platinum. Pretty much everything we see here is set in platinum. Unless it's a gold, then it's going to be an 18-karat rose gold. So that's a pretty interesting brooch and pin there. So someone who is in love with dance, this might be the thing for them.
Oh, yes. And then this is beautiful.
This is beautiful. I had to pull this one out of the trunk quick just because of the size of the oval on this one is pretty substantial. When you're talking about, usually when we talk about big diamonds in white, we could be talking about 5 carats, 10 carats, larger fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Those are not happening in the color diamond world, and especially in pink. So these are fairly large stones when it comes to diamonds.
And just so pretty, and especially if you have a penchant for pink, I mean, this could be just something.
So these final three I had are super important, and not like anything else here isn't. But that one here that you have, so this is a fancy vivid pink, that pink purple. So that deep color is very sought after, and again, very hard to find. And this is set in platinum 3-stone with some blue diamonds on the side just to set it off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's just add a little blue.
Just to add a little blue. Same to the next one. The color in this pink is that's incredible. Like that is exactly what you want when you're looking at a pink diamond. Of course, I set this one off with a series of what looks like pear shapes to kind of set it off and give it some dimension. It's pretty incredible.
Wow. And then this.
And then last and least, blues are probably even more rare than pinks. And to get a blue in this color, this is a 2.88 fancy intense blue-green diamond.
Oh, there's so much sparkle in this.
In all my years, I've never seen a stone like this one. So this is pretty interesting to see. It has probably the most hefty price point I've ever seen per carat as well. But it is something. I mean, it is a rare piece that even just to come in and see stuff like this is stuff in museums.
And then this is another blue.
So this is blue diamonds, white diamonds, much smaller. They've kind of used Melly, which is just smaller stones, to kind of give it a bigger pop and a bigger look. But Yep, that one's also done platinum, white diamond. There may be some blue gray mixed in there. It almost looks like from a distance. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, and Ashley, this, to have Lance say, I've never seen that. I mean, this guy has seen it all. So to have him be amazed by some of these items.
Yeah, I actually have to come and take a look. I truly am. I have to be honest. To have this collection in this space and knowing what we have is something else. I mean, it's pretty cool. People just need to come in and take a look if they're around.
The collection just arrived, but then next week
so
you have someone to talk
next
about
week
it.
we have a representative from Jay Fine, one of the owners of the Pink Diamond Mine. He's going to be in store on Thursday and Friday next week. We have this full collection through, is it Saturday the 28th, 29th? Somewhere around there, the last Saturday of the month. So we have it for almost a week and a half, which is a really nice, quite long trunk show. So definitely come in and take a look. Has some pink champagne, of course.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Why wouldn't you?
Bubbles and sparkles.
Bubbles and
It all
sparkles.
goes together. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And of course, they have other great lines that they carry, all of their watches and the Cartier and Rolex behind us.
All the
But
fun stuff.
I'm glad we could focus on this brand new. They just came in yesterday. So stop by and see them. And what are your hours?
We are here 10 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday, down in the Solaris.
Okay, yep, and let's just end on this beautiful brooch. Once again, pink diamonds, straight from the Argyle mine in Australia at Betteridge, located in Solaris.
Oh my
Ashley, do you have any
gosh.
questions?
No, I have to tell you both, you have the whole studio captivated here. Meredith and I were just talking about how cool it is that you go through each piece and explain what's there and the history behind it. And my gosh, it's absolutely stunning. So, and if Lance is saying that this is something that he hasn't really seen before, that you're right, Trisha, like, it's good.
Well, and the fact that, we have this in Vail, I mean, you're such a destination for even the worldwide traveler that's
Absolutely.
looking for unique pieces.
We're so lucky to have the bigger stores in Greenwich, Connecticut. So the relationships that we have across the U.S. and the world, honestly, is why we're able to bring it here into Vail.
Yeah.
And we take full advantage of that when we can.
Yeah, Greenwich, Vail,
Yeah.
of course, over
Palm
Aspen.
Beach, Aspen, so some pretty fantastic places.
Yeah, you have some great sister stores
We
and
do.
locations. All right, well, Lance, thank you so much for the pink diamond tours, the Argyle mine. Amazing. Stop in, say hello to Lance, and learn more about these very fabulous gems.
All right. You guys, thank you so much. 10 a.m. I'll be there for those pink bubbles and to learn more. It looks gorgeous. My goodness. Holy cow. Lance never disappoints. Head on over to Betteridge. Is it no wonder they've been in business since 1897, right? Like with things like that. My gosh. All right. Let's send things outside with Brazzo and see what things are looking like with our local weather forecast. Oh, Brazzo, that's beautiful.
It's because I shaved today. So look at this, man. I just brought you this beautiful view right from the river. And as we were just talking before, the weather feels good right now. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the weather for people that just tune in. And look at this. I staged this guy perfectly. We're just talking about it. John sent them this way. Look at this.
Yeah, don't talk too loud. Don't mess up his fishing game.
He's gonna throw me a rock in a second. So, so the weather is very nice right now, but we have chances of rain later on. We're gonna be seeing 30%, 40% chances of rain around 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So get outside, enjoy the morning. Right now we are mid 50s. It feels great. It's a beautiful morning, and we are right now in Avon. And you see people hiking and walking. I'm talking quietly so the fishes don't listen to me and get pissed off. But we are in Avon at the heart of the valley. And I want to tell you a little bit about who's bringing the weather today. Is the Avon Art Celebration. And it's over 100 artists. It's the biggest art festival ever presented in the Vail Valley. So this weather is brought to you by them. And look at how beautiful Colorado looks today, specifically our Eagle River Valley.
It's so nice. You can hear those birds chirping and Bratzo, can you pan the camera up just a little bit? Can we see, is it getting cloudy where you are in Avon? Is that cloud? Oh, there we go. Okay. So
Yes.
when you kind of adjust the exposure a little bit, you can see those clouds starting to kind of move in. So, but definitely still some blue sky out there. And I love the fact that you are just paying off all these people to, appear in your weather segments. That's really nice of you.
Absolutely. It's a lot of time. You see, there comes my hiker.
Oh my gosh, you're cracking me up. All right. Bratzo, thank you for that. It looks stunning out there. And man, I would love to just kind of sit and just enjoy that for 3 hours today.
Oh, it's so nice. It feels so good. It's recharging. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, well, go and enjoy it for me. We are going to take care of some business here. So go and queue up your next guests on your weather. But right now we're going to send things down to Eagle. So if you haven't spent any time in Eagle, they really are just kind of mixing it up with their events. Really, really cool offerings. And tonight there is an exclusive event that's happening at the town park. It's called Move Chat Parent. And this is a family interactive fitness and mindful experience. And this is something, it's totally free. But they do ask that you register. So if you can go to mountainyouth.org/move chat parent, or you can scan the QR code that's in the Vail Daily today, just so that they can plan appropriately. But basically, this is something where you're going to move your body and motivate your mind at the silent disco. So they'll have Zarek Knight. He's an ex-professional basketball player who discovered a passion for fitness while training for sports. And Zarek believes that mindset is the key to living a healthy lifestyle. So he will be there. Also, Kayla Bettis, she's the outreach operations manager at Eagle Valley Behavioral Health. And she believes that exercise is a positive tool for creating connection, trust, reducing anxiety, and growing the mind. And so it starts at 6:00 tonight at the Eagle Town Park. And again, it's totally free. They just ask that you register so that they can prepare for the headphones. But great way to get out there with your kids to learn something new. This is a few of the shots from the last one that they did last month, and really, really tremendous experience. Again, just a way that you can get out there, you can move, you can learn something new with your entire family. And with those headphones on, it makes for a really clear experience too. So you can kind of just focus, right? And block out what else is going on around you and just be there in the moment in the park and enjoy this mindfulness experience. So again, mountainyouth.org is where you're going to find more information about Move Chat Parent. That's tonight at 6:00 at the Eagle Town Park. Then completely shifting the experience, tomorrow night at the Eagle Town Park, Show Downtown takes place once again. So this is going on through August 12th. The gates open at 5:30. The show starts at 6:30. And this is a way that you can come down there. You can bring the family to this one too. Bring the dogs, bring the babies, bring the bikes, and also bring your blankets and your chairs to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with all of your friends and neighbors. Maybe meet somebody new and just enjoy some great live music there in the park. And again, it's going on through August 12th. So they have New Family Dog will be the headliner tomorrow night. And then coming up next week, Dixie Leadfoot, Steely Dan, and Hard Scrabble will be closing out the series on August 12th. But if you haven't been before, really, really cool way to just get outside and to enjoy that live music in Eagle. So check it out. Eagle. It's kind of like the new place to be, right? The new old place to be. Okay, we're going to take a break. And then coming up, we have another look at what's going on with that weather. We'll see what Bratzo has in store for us, who he has lined up in his shots. And then also we'll be telling you about some complimentary activities happening in Beaver Creek. And then we also have some great real estate coming up to show you a little bit later on. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Slifer Smith & Frampton, Vail Valley's choice for real estate from the very beginning. For generations, we've grown together. Thank you for making us the #1 real estate company in the Valley. From Denver to the mountains, as we live and connect with each other and our community, Slifer Smith & Frampton is here with experience, support, and opportunity. At home in the Vail Valley. Come visit us at any of our sales locations from Vail to Eagle.
So now that it is Wednesday, it means that the weekly art expo in Avon is taking place from 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock today. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, well, you're in luck because Trisha, our girl on the street, had a chance to catch up with one of their featured artists. Let's take a look.
We're at Possibilities in Avon Weekly Arts Expo. Joining us now, we have Gretchen Norwalk, and she's one of the many painters that you're going to find here on Wednesdays. And Gretchen, so cool to see everyone's art and really get to speak to the artist. If you come to this event, this is the advantage. It's not like you're just in a gallery. We get to talk to you directly about any questions we have.
Me directly, yes.
Yeah, perfect. And how long have you been doing this?
Going on 30 years.
Wow. So as a kid, were you always painting, drawing, creating of some sort?
Yes, I have a BA and a master's degree in fine art. It's what I am trained to do.
Okay. All right. Well, you're doing a good job. You made a career out of it.
Yes.
So tell us about the style of your painting, and let's take a look at
Well,
this
I love
one
color.
first.
I love color, and I try to work different kinds of color into my work. And I like acrylic paint because it can do so many things. It can look like watercolor or oil all in the same piece.
Yeah.
So,
I know. Wow.
Yeah.
And fun that you've got the columbine in here.
Right.
Are you a Colorado native?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yep. So we got that, and then a lot of the other just colorful flowers that just remind us of the hike that we just went on, or maybe if you have a beautiful flower garden in your backyard.
Right.
So these flowers are always in bloom. All right. Tell us about some of these.
The wildlife?
Yes.
Well,
I'll bring you over here a little
really
bit.
like the wildlife. I really like to paint wildlife, but it's kind of just a place to play with the color, the image. But I like my wildlife to look real and actually do what they are doing. I like them dripping and moving and jumping and accurately portrayed, but then the color is all my own.
Yeah, no, this is great. Like the moose, he's cooling off. I can see that up by like Piney Lake up here.
There you
we
go.
have a lot of the moose, or maybe in the Gore Creek in Vail Village, we have a couple moose that roam around there.
I didn't know that.
And elk. Yes, you work with a lot of just the type of wildlife that we're gonna see in our backyards.
Colorado, that's right.
And then the hawk, the bear, these are great, just a little bit bigger. You say you like to work with, on a larger scale.
I like to work large.
Okay, bring us over here to there. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be this close to this guy, but
Thank goodness it's only paint.
only a painting. And then I just love the colors that you put into this one too. It's gorgeous. All right, so you have your originals. We can also get some prints.
Yes.
So kind of any budget can be satisfied.
Yes. Yep. I even have some $20 pieces.
Oh, okay, awesome. Something for everybody. Wait, do I see a cowboy here?
Yep, a cowboy in there.
Okay.
A Steamboat Springs cowboy.
And well, really?
Yeah, I used to live there.
Okay. Okay. And you say sometimes you'll even do portraits.
Yeah,
or sketches.
abstracts and figures too. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of figures lately.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, down in Longmont they have some live figures, people that will model for you.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I can tell you love your craft.
Yeah,
that's
it's fun.
awesome. Well, if we want to follow you, do you have a website or anything?
Yes, I do. It's just GretchenNorwalk.com.
Okay.
And I have cards here.
Okay, yeah, come on down on Wednesdays. We have Possibilities in Avon, the weekly arts expo that's happening Wednesdays, 11. That's when it kicks off. It's going to be going on all afternoon. They'll have live music here as well. So thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel honored.
All right, Weekly Art Expo taking place starting at 11 o'clock this morning in Avon. It goes until 4. So great place to go and again, discover that next masterpiece. And, a lot of times I think we now are using social media as a way to document our lives and to take photos that we love and know that it's going to be preserved forever online. And, we at Vail Daily Live have some fun photos and videos of what's happening across the valley, right? Because we're so many different places. Our staff is really, really cool. And especially considering some of us like to go to bed early and like to maybe not go to as many nightlife activities. It's really great that we have some of the members of our staff that love to do those things, and then they like to document them, and then we get to feel like we're part of them. Like our girl Meredith, who happened to be out and about last night. Also Rachel, they were at the Tuesday night concert over at the Ford Amphitheater, and so you could see Pink Talking Fish. That was going on last night, and it was quite the turnout from what I understand. So yep, you can see there that we've got those people. Of course, like it seems so like still in the seated section, and then you get up to the lawn and like party time, right? Like it was no joke. Definitely a lot of fun. And if you haven't been to the free concert series at the Ford Amphitheater, what a great way to go and experience the venue, to check it out for the first time. It's so incredibly special. And then you get to see your friends that you haven't seen in so long, meet some new ones. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are out there. Thank you, Meredith, for not being lame and going to do things at night. Very cool. Now, also for a lot of you, I mean, you're out and about and you are experiencing the Vail Valley in so many different ways. And we love it when you tag us in your photos so that we can see what you're up to and how you're doing things, because a lot of times it's different than what we're doing. And so let's take a look at some of the photos that you guys have tagged us in lately, because I think it's so fun that you share your journeys with us. Oh my, look at this little burner. Look at that face right there. That's Regal Rose, the sweetest stinker known to man. Oh, from the West Vail Dog Park. How cute. How cute is she? Look at that smile. I love that. Thank you, Burner Babes of Vail. So cute. And then, oh, what is that shot there in the middle? That's gorgeous. To walk in nature is to witness 1,000 miracles. I could not agree more. Roam with Andy. That's a quote from Mary Davis that she put out there. Man, that is stunning. I love those blue skies and of course all that greenery out there and all those great ways to explore. Let's keep on going. What else do we have in there? Oh, look at that. Some of the little stand-up paddling with their dog. That's really cool. Oh, Burner Babes of Vail again. And we got a big fan. Gemma and Regal take Turquoise Lake. Oh, that's over in Leadville. Gorgeous out there. But I mean, I love this. Thank you guys so much for including us and what you're up to. We've been seeing a lot of rainbows lately with the rain in the forecast. What's that one? Obviously, I'm like leaning towards all the dog photos. Fox Marv, is that what it is? Fox Red Marv. At the end of every rainbow is a Fox Red Lab. Yeah, just keep sending me your dog photos, and I'll keep putting them on the show because clearly I have a thing for dogs. But who are these two handsome guys with all the liquor? What's that about? Alpenrose Vail. Oh, it's finally Friday. If you have not been to Alpenrose, by the way, that is probably one of my favorite places to go and enjoy some happy hour. The atmosphere in there is just second to none. And it just makes you feel like you're just in this little quaint little Bavarian village, which, I mean, you are in Vail, right? But you can see the steins behind them and then clearly a beautifully stocked bar. So great place for happy hour. But if you would like to share your photos or your videos with us, Vail Daily Live is where you'll find us. That's our Instagram handle. And again, we'd love to see what you're up to. And of course, you can always chat with us on Facebook and on YouTube during the show. All right, we are going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, it's Wednesday and it's time to talk about real estate, which I think everybody knows, especially here in Colorado, is one of the hottest topics out there. And Trisha has an authority on the subject live in Vail Village. Oh, Trisha, my gosh, it's bustling over there too. What are you guys up to?
I know it is a very busy morning. We found Charlie Ford. He is with Sotheby's International Realty. We're actually right in front of one of their offices at the Mountain House, right near the covered bridge, as you can see behind us. But Charlie, yes, it is a hot topic right now. Real estate throughout the state, and especially in the mountain communities, it's in high demand.
I mean, I woke up and it was 53 degrees in Avon. I think it's 60 degrees now. It won't break 80 degrees today. That's probably why people come here in the summer.
I know, definitely. When you think about, we were just talking about Florida and Texas and other areas, they flock here because we do have this fantastic weather. But we've got such great communities, whether you want to be in East Vail, you want to be in Vail Village, across the way, maybe up in West Vail. But down valley, Beaver Creek, Red Sky Ranch, Eagle, Gypsum, the ranches that surround these communities, a lot of options. And Charlie's worked in a lot of these different areas, so he can help you. But let's go over to Beaver Creek right now. They've got a lot of great things going on.
Amazing ski resort, amazing village. And what I've found over 17 years of helping families and individuals own here and release here, exit here, is Beaver Creek is mostly families, like young families, like 15 and younger.
Yeah, yeah.
The little 17-year-olds have an amazing time there. The mountain, the simplicity, everything's very convenient, safe. Families can let them kind of cruise around by the ice skating rink. And then when they graduate to Vail, is when they want more nightlife.
Yeah.
And I've helped a ton of families transition from, hey, kids are getting into high school and college, we're thinking Vail. Yeah. And so Beaver Creek's a great launching pad.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's such a great ski school right there, and like you mentioned, very safe. The ice rink. We always send kids down to the candy store, and they know their way back. So it gives them a little independence. And what's really neat is we're seeing a lot of remodels. Because there's maybe some dated buildings
and some dated residences. People come in and purchase, a decade ago, or perhaps in the 80s when Beaver Creek really caught some ground with Gerald Ford and everything. And then these days, people come in and say, look, let's just freshen it up. Yeah. And I've been lucky enough to work with some clients who are wonderful people that say, Charlie, what do you think? They kind of take the reins, but I offer some advice, and then they either enjoy the residence or relist it for a different price and so forth. But ultimately, the person who resides in the property is excited because it's just up to date and looks really refreshing.
And Creekside is one of the buildings that we're talking about, and this is over near the Charter side, right?
Yep. So this is a Centennial, right? And here's the thing.
Yeah, Centennial.
Yeah, they all kind of sound the same. Centennial, and actually you can ski in and out of Centennial. You just have to cross the road.
Okay, yeah.
So to ski
on the Eastern Hill side.
That's right. So to ski down to Centennial, you go down the Charter Skiway. You go above the Hyatt and down, kind of north geographically. Then to leave, you cross the street and go down Creekside Skiway. So you can ski down to Elkhorn. Yeah. People don't realize the Centennial building, which I've been able to kind of advise some folks recently and help some folks purchase and sell there. It is a boutique property in Beaver Creek. There's 29 residences. The on-site staff is amazing. There's someone there 24 hours a day. Parking is fine. There's no shortage there, which is obviously important. The views are stellar from every single residence. Most of them look to the west, over Strawberry Park. Okay. It's a fun building. I'm a big fan of it, and I think we'll see some activity there in the next few months.
Yeah, well, and we've got some photos of the before and after, and I think if you can visualize and help people visualize what could happen, it's just amazing what they can do, because they love the building, they love the views, but yes, it might be a little dated. So here's the living room.
Correct, there's the original photo. We did a ton of work to this property.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Basically
It's like a different place.
A massive change.
So great.
Spectacular.
So nice and modern, clean lines. And that's also great, even if you want to rent your property. You want something that's going to be desirable for renting. And then, of course, we want to let people know what's going on with, dining areas and kind of your kitchen living space. And they did a great job with the kitchen. So,
there's the old kitchen. Looks fine. Yeah. Very functional.
You could move in.
Very functional. Absolutely move in ready. If you wanted to be updated, there you go.
Oh, look at that.
Spectacular, right? Very simple, very clean, very bright. So I'm a big fan of Centennial.
Okay.
And Beaver Creek.
Yeah. Right? I know. Well, and all the amenities at Beaver Creek.
Absolutely.
I know you were mentioning you're going to be heading to a show.
Oh yeah, the
Valar
Center. Yeah, we've got 535 seats at the Valar. This band that's coming August 3rd sells out Red Rocks, which is 9,000 people. Yeah. They do that twice a year. They're also going to the Dillon Amphitheater, which is 3,600 people, sold out. Fortunately, I got some tickets to the Villar Center where there's 535 people. Tedeschi Trucks Band, unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. That's coming up here real soon. Villar gets all sorts of big names, and it's a very intimate setting. It kind of follows the Beaver Creek boutique personal feeling. It's a great venue.
It definitely is. All right. But then if you want to come over to Vail, he can help you with Vail too. And you know, it's so nice that we've seen so much activity this morning. People on their bikes, people walking their dog, people just enjoying the cool air. And winter or summer, Vail is a great place to be.
Sure. Liv Sotheby's International Realty has 2 offices here. Mine is in the Mountain House, just between Bridge Street and Transportation Center. Behind us is a covered bridge. We've also got a second office on Bridge Street, and we're at ground zero. Yeah. For Vail.
Yeah, and the picture he has of summertime, I mean, it's almost like a painting. It's so gorgeous, and you just see the people enjoying it. And the architecture here, you know, it was kind of built with that Bavarian look. So it's really neat that we've got that in the summer. Look at that.
Look at that shot. Yeah, that's great.
I mean, we live this. It's awesome.
Looking down to the west, there's Pepe's.
Yeah.
That property dead center is for sale on the very top. There's a penthouse there.
Oh, wow.
Above Axel's and Sweet Basil and Mountain.
Oh, I think that's the most beautiful building. We were just walking by, and the flowers, and that really makes you feel like you're in Europe. And, you know, Vail was designed kind of with that European feel. And then if you want the winter, we love our summers, but we can enjoy the winter and just the pristine white snow after a snowstorm. Really cool to see that. And you've got a great shot of the covered bridge, which we're right in front of in the snow. Look how flat, look how calm that creek is that time of year.
And that is very accurate. I can't tell you the times I've been able to walk out of my office, be on
Oh shoot! I think we lost that signal. Probably so busy over there in Vail Village. You could see the people just bustling about. But my goodness, gorgeous properties, gorgeous atmosphere you're going to find here in the Vail Valley. So make sure to get in touch with Charley Ford at Liv Sotheby's. What a beautiful way to live the life you love. I mean, oh my gosh, those properties, it's so exciting to see the renovations, right? Like that was so cool. And, speaking of cool, we should talk about the weather and what you're going to find today. Maybe like if you're going to get in touch with Charley and try to maybe see some properties, I would recommend that you get out for your adventures first thing this morning and then maybe go and tour those properties later on this afternoon as we see the cloud cover, some that moisture moving in. So first thing this morning, we're seeing those temperatures in the 50s and 60s, and it just smells so fragrant because we had that rain move through last night and like a big thunderstorm and a lot of lightning and, just a little bit of that moisture that's just helping to keep things nice and fresh and green. And we have more of that on the way in the forecast for really today and tomorrow and into Friday. So highs in the 70s if you're going to be in Vail. So like Charley was saying, it's not even going to break 80 degrees if you're going to be in Vail Village. But we are going to be seeing those temperatures as you move down valley into the 80s and maybe into upper 80s by the time you get into Eagle. Yeah, 86 degrees. So currently 63 in Eagle at the moment, and then partly cloudy skies throughout the day, but we do have a good chance of that moisture later on, especially if you're going to be in the Vail area, a little bit of a better chance of seeing that, that precipitation later on this afternoon. But looking at our extended forecast, so this is for Eagle. So high of 86 today, 86 tomorrow, possible light rain in the evening, and then we'll start to see those partly cloudy skies and less of a chance of moisture as we head into the weekend. And just a great time to be here in the valley. But again, get outside nice and early so you can get those adventures taken care of before we see any of that rain moving in. And then also just bring a rain jacket with you. It's always a good idea to have one. But it's all brought to you by Liv Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. And you can contact one of their Vail Valley broker professionals today, maybe like Charley Ford, and they'll help you live the life you love. Okay, Rach. So we are going to take a quick break and we will be back with more of your Wednesday edition.
Plastic surgery isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. At Mangat Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare, from the moment you walk in the door, we want you to feel confident and empowered, while our team of specialists help you find the best version of yourself. With 2 of the nation's leading plastic surgeons right here in the mountains, we have one goal: personalized care with exceptional results. Mangat Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare. Your beauty should be effortless.
Okay, before we wrap up our Wednesday edition of Vail Daily Live, we should probably talk about the kind of protection that you should have on your eyes while looking good at the same time. So our lens of the day is on our gorgeous host, Trisha Swenson, out there in Vail Village this morning. And Trisha, I can see you're next to Gore Creek, got that sun on your face. What kind of sunglasses would you say for today?
You know what? I had my Maui Jims on earlier, and then I took them off when we were in the shade. But yeah, I'd bring out the Maui Jims today. And they have so many Maui Jims to choose from over at Eyepieces. I like the kind of that aviator look, but they have a smaller frame, the Maverick. I like it. It fits my face a little better. And then I got the lens that has the pink tint.
Ooh.
So we ran over here quick because we were checking out the wildlife. We've got some pigeons bathing in Gore Creek. Just getting ready. Wildlife, the rare elusive pigeons. They are here. We at,
Great job. Great job.
Shore of Gore Creek.
The North Shore. Yes. Fantastic work. Love seeing that. And again, Eyepieces of Vail, you can find several of their locations right there in Vail Village. They have so many, and they've been around for 30 years. Like so great, right? Like they're amazing at what they do. So, all right, Trisha, we're gonna scooch on past, let you enjoy that wildlife of the pigeons. And then we'll be back to you in just a minute. But again, thank you to Eyepieces of Vail, the art of vision. That's where you're going to go to get that beautiful artwork to frame your face. And they do prescriptions. They do it all. And they have 7 locations, not only in the Vail Valley, but also one in Snowmass as well. But we should talk about that weather one more time. And I also just wanted to mention to you, if you're looking for some great ways to get outside with your family today, if you haven't been up to Beaver Creek yet, beavercreek.com/events is where you can find their complimentary activities that take place each and every day. And tonight they're doing dinner and movie with The Incredibles that starts at 7:00. So you can go and get takeout in the village and then cozy up with your family under the stars. And then they also, being that it is Wednesday, they have that beautiful outdoor yoga that starts at 9 a.m. So grab your mat, head on out there. It's something that they do in conjunction with Lole. And then they also have live music that starts with Helmet Fricker from 1 to 3 and then continues with Jacob's Ferry Stragglers from 4 to 6 p.m. So that's going on at Beaver Creek today. But I think we should probably take one last look at that local weather forecast. And Bratzo, I can see you're standing by there. Look how that's beautiful. Oh, looks like you're right by the art expo, huh?
Yeah, well, I set up these guys to look like they put in something. Talking to them. They're gonna have a little show from 11 to about 4 in the afternoon today. But the weather, right now also, Colorado weather, you will see a cloudy skies before. Now looks very clean, sunny, and we have a little bit of clouds in this side. So as we know, we're gonna be in the middle of the 50s as low, and mid 80s like Charley was saying, or maybe we don't even break 80. We're gonna be in that line depending on the weather. And Carrots is our sponsor for the weather today. And go visit Carrots and discover a very special place. They are located in Vail, right next to Latour. And Dan Thelin is the man of the hour, and he's been doing this for a while and have a great collection to show. Beautiful weather, sun is shining. Do your things early because we're gonna potentially have some showers later on this afternoon, starting around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And this week look like it's gonna be also with we'll be bringing some moisture, which make it a lot nicer after all these hot days.
I mean, really just looking so beautiful out there. And I can hear those birds chirping, Brazzo, man. And have you had a chance to go over to Carrots recently? That Dan, he's been doing this since 1970, creating those heirlooms. But let me tell you what, Brazzo, being a guy, I bent my my engagement ring, like one of the prongs got bent and they fixed it for me. Have you ever lost your wedding band? Has that ever happened to you?
Never.
Did that just recently happen?
Never, yes. You know, I box and I take it out, and I ride bikes and I take it out. You know what I did? I ended up buying a rubber one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You know what? I lost it too. So,
Well, I'm sure.
Dan and help me fix that issue. Maybe he can attach it to my finger.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Or create something a little new for you. That's so funny. I didn't know that you just recently lost it. That's hilarious. But we're going to come back to you in just a little bit. Thank you so much for that weather. It's so beautiful out there. Maybe you want to do some yoga today. You know, I don't know how your life works, but especially around here at Vail Daily Live, we've got a crew that's working pretty much like 10, 12-hour days. So if they can get out and do some yoga, tell you what, just makes everything better. And there's so many different places that you can do it around the valley. So in Vail, the Dryland Fitness has an option for you. Avon has Revolution Power Yoga, Synergy Center for Wellness, the Weston Athletic Club, Yoga in the Park, Minturn, Edwards Eagle. They all have options for that yoga. So great way to just kind of get outside too. A lot of these options are outside and to be able to enjoy the mountains in a whole different way. And then after you do that yoga, maybe this afternoon you want to, I don't know, do something fun with your four-legged friend, or, you know, several of them. Or maybe, I don't know if it's for ferrets, like Brazzo has ferrets, but they do have Yappy Hour at Hyatt, at Grand Hyatt Vail, and it's from 4 to 6 every Wednesday. And so they have dog treats, dog toys, they have dog beer available, and then they also have their food and beverage specials. And if you get their specialty the tiki drink, 20% of the proceeds will be donated to the Eagle Valley Humane Society, which I think is really cool that they do that and then they give back. So again, that's from 4 to 6 p.m. tonight at Grand Hyatt Vail. Okay, we're going to take one last little break here, and then we'll be back to close out your Wednesday edition of Vail Daily Live. Okay, that's going to wrap things up for our Wednesday show. Thank you so much for joining us. And I think we should probably check in with our remote reporters one last time here. So we'll bring Trisha in from Vail Village. Oh, I see you're just enjoying your paper. Got the sunnies on, looking good out there.
Okay, so I have my Maui gems on now. Sorry, they were in my... I put them away when I interviewed Charley so I could see the pictures and everything. But hey, Ashley, we're hanging out right in front of the Loaded Joe's coffee shop. And did you see this, the Vail Daily today? So Jeff Bezos, his space trip, tips a hat to Aspen store. So we have Kimosabi just up the street here on Bird Street in Vail Village. Well, they have their Aspen store, and Jeff Bezos got off of his little ride in Van Horn, Texas. He sported his Kimosabi hat. That's pretty cool.
Is that where yours came from?
You know what? Hey, not this one, but I tell you, I paid way too much for a hat there. I paid way too much for that hat band. That hat's coming out tomorrow. Oh,
And you love it. You know you love it.
perfect timing. The lawn crew just started. So
Oh, okay. All right. Yep.
Thanks for watching.
We'll say goodbye to you. Yeah, it looks gorgeous out there though. Man, it's so nice to be able to go live, you know, from Vail Village, from different parts of the valley. And actually, we're going to take one last quick break, and then we're going to check in with Brazzo, and then we're going to be done. So here we go. Quick break.
Slifer Smith and Frampton, Vail Valley's choice for real estate from the very beginning. For generations, we've grown together. Thank you for making us the #1 real estate company in the Valley. From Denver to the mountains, as we live and connect with each other and our community, Slifer Smith & Frampton is here with experience, support, and opportunity. At home in the Vail Valley. Come visit us at any of our sales locations from Vail to Eagle.
Okay, really, we're totally gonna let you go. Some point here, really, promise. But we want to check in with Brazzo one more time. He's been all over Avon this morning. Really, look at you. You're just always on the move.
It's just a happy morning for sure, and the weather is nice. You know, I mean, if you see this side, you see a little clouds, and if I turn around, no clouds. So
It is so funny how that works.
You choose.
Yeah. Okay. So Brazzo, tell me what you're doing the rest of the day. What's your plan?
Well, I'm taking 60 kids to watch baseball at the Rockies Stadium. Right.
Oh my gosh.
Game start at 1, so we're gonna live around 10:30, and we're gonna, watch some baseball with 60 kids.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite player that you're really excited to see?
I have no idea. Talk to
Okay.
the soccer, and I might tell you some names. But
Okay.
baseball, I'm a little behind. I will tell you tomorrow. I will learn a lot.
Okay.
Today.
Listen, I got one for you. Listen, watch out for Charley Blackman. He's a buddy of mine, and you'll recognize him because he's got a giant mullet.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it. I might have
so
a
good.
parlay by tomorrow too if he plays good, and I get excited.
Breaking news. We'll see if Brazzo has a mullet tomorrow. All right. Well, thank you so much. It looks beautiful out there. Enjoy your trip to the Rockies game with 60 kids. That's awesome. So cool that you're doing that. I'm excited to hear more about how that trip goes. But we are officially going to wrap things up. We'll let you go, Brazzo. Thank you. And we'll see you soon. But also, I just want to remind you again one more time that you can always take part in the show, chat with us on Facebook and on YouTube, subscribe, and also find us on Amazon Fire, on Roku, on Spotify, on Apple TV, on VailDaily.com, VailDailyLive.com. You can find us everywhere. Okay, that's it. We're wrapping things up. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you back here live at 7 a.m. tomorrow.